Hi, I'm Lorraine. Welcome to the District Yoga and welcome to your restorative practice. Today you'll just need one bolster. If you'd like to have a blanket at the top or in case you get cold, you're always more than welcome to grab it. Otherwise, I'm just going to have you come to a seat on your bolster. So just propping the hips up a little bit. We're just going to start with our breath. And it's going to be very simple, very straightforward. We'll just take 10 breaths together. So find your way to your seat. Once you get there, let the hands come down to the knees. Let the eyes just close or find a gentle gaze. And again, we're just going to take 10 breaths, so I'll guide you through them. Take a big inhale. Let that go. Doesn't matter, out of the nose or out of the mouth. Inhale. Deep exhale. Fill up the lungs. Just connecting here as you breathe in. Grounding yourself as you breathe in again. Finding that connection. Last 3. Ultimately, just bringing yourself to this present moment. Last 2. Fill up one last time. Stay there. Breathe that out. Take a couple moments just to let that settle. If your eyes are closed, ever so gently start to blink them open. And every transition, I want you to move as slow as you need, maybe as if you were moving through honey. We're going to come to a tabletop position, and we're going to bring that bolster parallel with the top of our mat. It's going to be about in the middle, maybe a little bit higher than the middle. And we're going to set our hips onto that support. So just go ahead and drop the pelvis down. Again, if you had a blanket, you could use a blanket to support you. I'm going to let the elbows bend out towards the sides, and then I'm going to let my hands create a nice gentle pillow to support my head. If you wanted, you could also bring the hands down by the side body. But I want you to come into this first shape and just let the hips completely drop in. In fact, let's go ahead and bring the feet up towards the sky so that we can relax through the legs a little bit. Slow, slow, slow. Lower the legs and the feet back down to the earth. And just find your way in. Supporting that pelvis with your bolster. And we just arrive here, allowing gravity and the weight of our body to do the work. Giving myself permission to relax in. Knowing that as we step onto our mat for this style of practice, there's really nothing to do. Nothing to obtain, no stretch to have, no sweat to drip. See if you can just stay in that. In that you don't have to do anything here. You can just simply be. With your breath and in your body. Maybe you can envision any tension or stress just completely melting into that bolster. Our hips actually tend to carry a lot of stress that we often don't recognize, like we do with our shoulders, as an example. Let the hips just be heavy. Let the pelvis be supported. And taking one last deep inhale. Stay there as you let that go. Ever so gently bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. We're going to press our way up. Again, slow, slow, slow. And back to a child's pose, allowing that forehead to just come on to that bolster. Folding into yourself here. And ultimately just using this shape for transition. Once you're ready, come back to a tabletop position. We're just going to scoot that bolster slightly up. And we're going to come on to our right hip. Letting both knees bend. This bolster is going to be just underneath our side body, and I want your shoulder to fall off of it. So go ahead and come on to your side. Allow that right arm to extend out, and if you had a blanket, you could absolutely grab it or roll it up or prop it up any way you need it. Otherwise, just find a comfortable place for your legs. Find a place for your hand, whether that be holding on to that right bicep. Just land here in this side lying shape. We'll touch into the sides of our body, which really are the glue to the front and the back. When we think about our bodies, we often think about just the front and the back. But we are a 360-degree surface. And we can look at our bodies as that 360 degrees, from front through the sides to the back to the opposite side. Just like our lungs. See if you can breathe 360 degrees of your lungs. Allowing the weight to just melt over that support. You'll notice pockets of silence today. I invite you to indulge in those pockets of silence. Stay ever so gently present. If you ever find yourself drifting, just come back here. Maybe back to your breath. From where you are, go ahead and fill up on an inhale. Stay there, breathe out. Maybe gently blinking the eyes open. We're going to make our way onto our back, so that might mean lifting the upper body and scooting those hips towards center. Again, that bolster is still underneath our body, under our spine now. Arms wide, shoulders still falling off of that support. And again, your head can be supported by a blanket if you had it. Otherwise, just find rest of your head on the earth. Your knees can be bent and maybe knocked in towards each other. Or you could extend the legs out long if that was calling your name. Finding a nice gentle heart opener here. Again, being ever so gentle with yourself. Knowing that you don't have to do anything. That you can be as you are. Giving yourself permission to indulge in that silence. When you're ready, taking one last inhale. Exhale. If you extended your legs out long, slowly plant one foot at a time. We're just going to make our way onto our left side. That might mean pressing your way up. That might mean just scooting the hips to the right and ever so gently rolling your way onto your left side. Bend through the knees, left arm extended out. Right hand finds a place that feels appropriate to rest. And you just make your way to a side-lying shape on the opposite side. Nowhere to be, nothing to do. Ever so gently aware. If you notice your body cooling down, that's part of the transition. As we switch over from sympathetic to parasympathetic response, our body naturally cools. If you need to cover up, feel free. Taking one last deep inhale. Bottom belly exhale. Slowly pressing through that right hand and ever so gently lifting your upper body up, bringing the hips towards center and slowly bringing that bolster down towards the bottom of your mat. We're going to slide our feet and knees just above that bolster and then just come on to your back. Again, if you had the blankets, you could always adjust to find a neck roll, or you could also bring that over and cover yourself up. I'm definitely a little chilly today, so I'm going to do that. Covering my feet and laying back down into our last and final shape, into what we call Shavasana, total rest. Your spine flush with the earth. Your legs now supported by that prop. And your nervous system completely switched over to that parasympathetic branch. Giving yourself that permission to fully rest. To not have to be anywhere else but here. Today I'm going to leave you here. Take as much time in this Shavasana as you can. I hope you found rest today. Namaste.